Before we start testing, I need to amend one line here. Length obviously should be length th, and that's inside of our send curl method. If you've made the same mistake, then please amend it before you start testing it. Now, to test our application, we need to move the entire system to the remote server. We cannot test this application, including IPN, on our local machine, because obviously we don't have any domain name set up on our computer. So I've already created a tutorial in the past which explains how to upload dynamic application to the server, to the remote server, together with the database, basically. So if you don't know how to do it, please refer to it. If you don't know how to find this tutorial, please contact me, and I'll be obviously happy to provide you with the link and all the information. Now, once the application is inside of our public HTML or htdocs folder, whichever root folder for your site on the remote server is, and obviously database is also set, you've uploaded your database file as well, SQL file to create obviously MySQL database on the remote server. Then you will have to go to your classes folder, open your database class, and change your username, database name, and password to your MySQL server on your remote server, obviously. So all these things have to be done before we start testing. So now we can go to our website and start testing. So let's add a few items to the basket. We add these two. Go to view basket and update the quantities. The first one 2 and the second one 3. Click on the update button. You can see quantities on the left as well as in the main basket have updated. Now if we click on the checkout button, if we now log in, we confirm all our details by clicking next button, and now we are presented with the order summary. Everything seems fine, so let's click on proceed to PayPal button. And while we are being redirected to PayPal, let's go to our database, click on the orders table, and then on the browse tab. As you can see, our new order has been added to the system, so everything seems to be fine. If we look at our orders items and browse as well, you can see our two products have been added to orders items table with the relevant quantities. Price as well has been populated. So everything seems to be working fine. Obviously, when we come back from PayPal, the PayPal status, TXN ID, and payment status will change accordingly, depending on obviously what information, what payment status we're gonna get from IPN. But I'm going to show you this in just a second. Let's just go through our process. As you can see, our new template has been applied to the theme, PayPal theme. As you can see, obviously the fields of the form, credit card form, have also been pre-populated with the information which we've sent to PayPal with this request. And then obviously, because we are using Sandbox, we're going to log in with our Sandbox email address, which is for our personal use, which is as a obviously logging in as a buyer. So let's provide a password and hit on the login button. Now we should be presented with the order summary again. Review your payment. As you can see, everything seems fine. It's our address as well and our email address. So let's click on pay now, and this is when the payment is basically happening. Now we've got a confirmation with transaction ID. We can click on return to test store to get back to our site and see the thank you message basically. Now if we go to our database, as you can remember, we had our PayPal status 0, TXN ID null, and payment status null as well. If we now refresh this table, we should see these fields being updated by IPN. So if we refresh, and there we go. As you can see, PayPal status is now 1, which means the order has been processed and is active. So we've activated this order. We now know that we can dispatch items to the client basically. TXN ID, in case we ever need to investigate this order in any way. This is our identification numbers as well. So and obviously payment status as completed. So everything seems fine. Now if we go back to our editor, we can actually close this PayPal class. Check our log file. So we open a log folder and open our ipn.log. As you can see, all this information received from PayPal have also been added to this file. So we have the order confirmation in this file as well. So if we need to check anything about the order, we can basically check it here. So that's everything about testing our application. So let's move to the next chapter.